What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another football video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the news that came out about an hour ago on Antonio Brown. Now, we all know that the New York Giants have a big hole at the wide receiver position, right? Especially with the suspension to Golden Tate, Corey Coleman with the injury. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. We don't have much experience there. As a matter of fact, there's not a guy on the roster, I don't think, that has over 1,000 yards receiving at that position other than Sterling Shepard for his career. So, yeah, we could certainly use some experience there. And naturally, that the Giants just saved $5 million in savings by restructuring Nate Solder's contract. A lot of Giants fans are going to think, well, maybe they're looking to go out and acquire Antonio Brown. Well, I am a Giants fan that is going to say I want no part of this guy. But before we get into my reasoning, we're going to jump into some of the tweets that came out and why Antonio Brown is asking for his release. Of course, Antonio Brown has he's been in the news throughout the entire offseason, but more recently, he had the whole scrum where they said he got into the altercation with the general manager. They said they were going to suspend him. Then they came out a day later, said they weren't going to do it. Then Antonio Brown found out that this happened. Antonio Brown asked for his release after the Raiders fined him $215,000 for conduct detrimental to the team, per ESPN. Raiders voided the $29.125 million worth of guaranteed money in his deal. Now, I want to say they didn't take away that, but it's not guaranteed any longer. So, of course, that naturally upset Antonio Brown. And then this came out off the mouth of Derek Carr. There's a relief, honestly, that he might not be here for Monday Night Football, says Derek Carr, on Antonio Brown's status with the Raiders, noting that practices have been much smoother without him. That kind of tells you how much of a drain he's been on the team. So, I hate to tell it to you guys, Raiders fans, if you wanted Antonio Brown, I think he's gone. Do I want the New York Giants to sign him? No. Naturally, the New York Giants makes sense, right? Like I said, with the cap space they just created, with the need at the wide receiver position, stay away from the New York Giants. Dave Gettleman has made it a point, and I don't expect this to happen at all. Dave Gettleman has made it a point to clean up this locker room. This guy is the biggest locker room distraction there is in all of sports at this point. He is a complete lunatic. I don't know if there's something wrong with him with the concussions. I honestly don't know, but I want him as far away from the Giants as possible. Let him go sign up with somebody else. Let him go to the Jets for all I care. I don't want him in a Giants uniform. This team is building the right way. We're cleaning up the locker room. Don't need this guy on this football team. Don't want him. I know he's a great talent. He's tied for the record for most 1,000-yard seasons ever in a career. He's a great wide receiver, but at the end of the day, you traded Odell Beckham, at least in small part due to the fact that you thought he was a locker room problem. This guy is 10 times what Beckham was. Get him the hell away from here. I want no part of him. Let him go sign somewhere else. As always, guys, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe. Drop a comment. Maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.